What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to Let Them Cook. I'm Josh, and I'm back with another video. I told you guys I'd be back on Friday. So we're going to be preparing some garlic butter shrimp, some roasted red potatoes, and then some roasted Parmesan broccoli. First clip, I'm just getting the shrimp seasoned up to my liking. I'm going to put down in the description box everything I use because I honestly can't remember everything I use just off the top of my head or just from looking at this video. But once I take the time to look at it, I'll be able to see. But yeah, so we're just gonna get those seasoned up. I know I told you in the last video that this was going to be a seafood based dish. It wasn't supposed to be just garlic butter shrimp. I was going to make shrimp burgers, but I didn't realize that the shrimp were jumbo colossal shrimp. So I only got a pound of them. So once I defrosted them and deveined them and then they were head on and took the head off and stuff, I realized it wasn't that many shrimp. So I was like, I'm not finna waste my food processor making one shrimp burger patty. Like I'm not. I wanted to at least make two so I can have one for lunch and then one for dinner. So I ended up just switching at the last minute and switching it to just some garlic butter shrimp. And plus I filmed it as soon as I got home from the gym. And I was tired, so I was just like, I don't feel like going through that no way. But I am going to revisit that. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to probably just do crab cakes because that's really what I want. Yeah, that's really what I want. And I'm gonna. This is just me chopping up the. Well, I had already chopped up the garlic. This is just me chopping up the thyme. I love thyme and shrimp. It's just, to me, they just pair so perfectly. So just do a little rough chop on those and add that to the shrimp and let those sit and marinate in the fridge for a while. The shrimp were the last thing I cooked, but they were the first thing that I prepared just because I had to devein them and everything. So yeah, get those tossed around, get them tossed around really good, and then just pop those in the fridge, let them chill out. I did have some other fresh herbs, but I didn't feel like chopping all that. Again, I had just got home from the gym. I was from the gym and work. I was tired. So yeah, so get those tossed around, and then we're gonna pop those in the fridge, let them chill out. And again, they're gonna be the last thing we cook because they're not gonna take long whatsoever. Next, we're just gonna jump into chopping up the potatoes. The seasoning that I use for the potatoes is very similar to what I used in the last video, but these potatoes taste so much better. I honestly think it's just because the last potatoes that I prepared, they were actually supposed to go with the shrimp burger as well. I was supposed to cook the shrimp burger that day, but I was tired. I didn't feel like doing it. And actually, no, those were supposed to be French fries. And I realized that my oil in my fryer wasn't any really that good to be fried in anymore. So I was just like, I'm not gonna waste the time. I'll just roast them. But those had like a weird aftertaste to them. And I think it's because I let them, when I prepare French fries, I always let them soak in the fridge in vinegar and water for like anywhere from 12 to 24 hours. So I think that's why, like, they had a real fun aftertaste. Like, after I ate that plate that I fixed, I threw the rest of them away because again they had a fun aftertaste. But these were absolutely perfect. I didn't parboil them or anything. I just popped them in the oven. I seasoned them up and popped them in the oven on 425-degree oven. And yeah, these were absolutely amazing. I always reference things that are the simplest to make as the best thing I've ever tasted, and it's the simplicity of it. Like it didn't take much effort, and it still turned out amazing. So I always, if you guys catch me doing that a lot, it's just because when something is so simple to put together and the flavor is just off off the charts, I'm gonna always reference it as the best thing I've ever eaten. So yeah, I'm gonna get those seasoned up and then toss them around and then pop them in the oven again, a 425-degree oven. I think I let these cook for about 30 minutes. Yeah, I think I let them cook for about 30 minutes. Just because I wanted them really crispy and they were exactly how I wanted. I wanted to cook some more the next day, but I didn't have any red potatoes. I typically don't buy red potatoes. I typically buy russet potatoes because russet is just an overall, it's just a well-rounded potato. You can mash, you can roast, you can pretty much do everything. Red potatoes, to me, they're not the best for mashed potatoes, so that's why I typically don't buy them. And then Yukon Gold, they're really only good to me for mashed potatoes. I mean, yeah, for mashed potatoes. Here I am preparing the broccoli. Be sure to wash all your produce. All this stuff is washed and clean. So yeah, I'm just gonna chop that up. I typically keep my veggies in pretty big chunks. So yeah, I didn't really get them too small. And this is just one stalk of broccoli because it was just me, and I was just gonna eat this for lunch and then call it a day. Um, yeah. So I'm just gonna get those chopped up and get that seasoned, or get that one head of broccoli chopped up and get that seasoned. For the season for this, I can go ahead and tell you that. I kept it real simple. Lime juice. If you never tried lime on broccoli, give it a try. And y'all probably like, dang, he always use lime juice. I do. I just love lime juice. It just brings out the freshness and everything. But yes, I just use lime juice, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and then also the Parmesan cheese and some oil just to get everything mixed around and so that the seasonings can stick as best as possible to the broccoli. So yeah, I'm just gonna get that tossed around, and then that's in the next clip you'll see where I left some room on the sheet tray with the potatoes because I was going to cook them on the same sheet tray. I wasn't about to dirt up too. So yeah. So again, we're gonna get those tossed around in the Parmesan cheese, and then before they go in the oven, I'm gonna pop some more Parmesan cheese on top of it just to, add a little razzle-dazzle. So get that tossed around, get that tossed around. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, please be sure to give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment down below, subscribe, and share. Somebody share this to Facebook because I'm not on Facebook anymore. So somebody share this to Facebook for me. But yeah, so we're just gonna get those tossed around, and then we're gonna pop them on the same sheet pan that we have the potatoes on. And here are the potatoes going in the oven. And here they are about half. Well, honestly, they were done at this point, but I wanted them crispier. So yeah. And I'm going to add the broccoli to the same pan, pop it right back in the oven. If I had the small Yukon Gold potatoes, I would have did those too. I would have mashed them. Ooh, that would have been perfect. That's something I used to always do. I haven't done it in a while, but I revisit that. But yeah, so I'm going to pop those in the oven. Pop both of them back in the oven. I think I let all this cook for like an additional 10 minutes, and then I popped it out. I don't like my broccoli cooked to death. I can eat broccoli raw, so I like a bite still to my veggies. Veggies that don't require you to cook them all the way. That is, unlike potatoes. After this, we're going to jump into the shrimp. The shrimp only honestly took about 45 minutes to get done. That's pretty much it. I will say that to me, I found that the key to getting shrimp cooked perfectly is you need to have your pan hot enough. It needs to be hot, like really hot. You want them to cook quick because they cook quick. And that's going to also solidify that because I like a pretty nice, I like a little char on my shrimp. I won't say a char, but I like a nice color on them. So you want to cook them. You want the pan really hot so that they can cook quick because shrimp are just something that cook quick. So yeah, we're going to add those in, let them sit for a second, and then I'll just go in and start flipping them over to the other side. And then I'm going to add in some butter and the rest of the marinade that was in the bowl. We don't want to leave any of that behind. If I had some wine, I also would have added that, but that would have started to take it up to like a shrimp scampi. But that would have also been a thing that I would have just done that too. But I didn't have any wine, so I just stuck to the butter. And I also added some additional lime juice in there as well, just to make, I guess you could say, a sauce. So that the pan didn't dry out too much, and to just add some more freshness. If I felt like chopping up some parsley, I would have added some fresh parsley. But at this point, I wasn't chopping no more. I was not chopping no more. So yeah, we're gonna add in the butter, let that melt down, and this I'm gonna be the rest of that marinade. You don't want to leave any of that behind. It is garlic butter shrimp, so we want to get all of that garlic, that thyme, all the additional seasoning in that bowl. We want to get that out, and we're gonna toss those around. Again, these took like 45 minutes to cook. No time at all. Absolutely no time. They were quick, and these were the last things I cooked, and that's the additional lime juice that I'm just squeezing in. And then in the next clip, I'll give you a close-up of them done. These shrimp were so freaking flavorful. I haven't made garlic butter shrimp in so long. These were so freaking flavorful. They were so flavorful. Somebody that I know would like this is Twaski. Hey, Twaski, if you watch this. Um, we used to always get together and cook back in the day. That's something that not too many people know about. We used to always get together and cook back in the day. And seafood was also always her favorite. When it was her time to cook, seafood was always the first thing she would go to. She just absolutely loved it. These are the potatoes and the broccoli out. Y'all, do y'all see how good this look? Do y'all see how good this look? Oh my God, this was such a flavorful plate of food, and it was so simple, so simple. This too is pretty much Whole30 inspired. That was, honest to God, was not intentional, but yeah, it's pretty much Whole30. Because when I finally did look up, Whole30, and it's pretty much keto, and that's not really something that I would line myself with, but you know, what I take from Whole30 is just eating fresh to me. Eating fresh. That's pretty much what I take from it. And cooking your meals, not eating processed food and all that stuff like that. But yes, getting everything plated up. This was this plate of food was so freaking good. Like, it was so good. Everything, all of the Elements had like similar, they had similar like seasonings, but everything tasted like everything had its own taste though. It was so good. And I just topped that off with some additional lime juice on the broccoli and the shrimp, not the potatoes, just to add some more freshness. And then I'm just going to top it with some dried parsley flakes. Just full of razzle-dazzle. Nothing too special, nothing too special. I will be back Friday. I mean, not Friday, because today's Friday. I will be back Sunday with another video. It's going to be a quick, hearty, quick, hearty Sunday dinner that you can whip up in like an hour. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, again, check me out on TikTok and on Instagram at Let Them Cook. Again, I'll see you guys Sunday with another video. Again, it'll be a quick Sunday dinner that you can whip up really quick. I think it's going to be country fried steak. So I'll see you guys then.